Today, I want to share something very personal, something that really opened my eyes in my relationship life. It may look like a simple experience, but the lesson I learned from it's something I will never forget. So, I met this guy through a friend. At the beginning, everything felt so easy and natural. He was calm, respectful, and easy to talk to. There was no pressure, no stress, just a smooth connection. He used to call me every night. He would check on me, ask how my day went, and those little things made me feel special. I started getting used to his attention. It became part of my daily routine. But after some weeks, things slowly started to change. At first, it wasn't very obvious. His calls became less frequent. His messages were not as consistent as before. Sometimes he would disappear for hours, even for a whole day. When I asked him about it, he would simply say he is busy. And I accepted it because I did not want to overthink or seem like I was complaining too much. But deep down, I knew something was different. Even with that feeling, I kept trying. I kept calling first. I kept checking on him. I kept putting in effort, hoping things would go back to how they were in the beginning. Until one day, I paused. I asked myself a simple question. What will happen if I stop calling him first? So I decided not to call him again that day. I thought maybe he would notice quickly and reach out. But the day passed and I did not hear from him. The next day came, still nothing. At that point, I started feeling uncomfortable. I kept checking my phone, hoping to see his name, but there was nothing. Then the third day came. 3 full days passed and still no call, no message. That was when it really hit me. I sat down and started thinking deeply. Was I the only one putting in the effort? Was I the only one keeping everything alive? It was not a good feeling at all, because I believe what we had meant something. But on the third day, something unexpected happened. He called me. He spoke like everything was normal. He asked how I was doing, like there was no gap, like nothing had happened. And in that moment, I became very quiet, not because I was angry, but because I finally understood something clearly. I realized that sometimes we do too much, not because we are wrong for caring, but because we are trying to hold on to something that should flow naturally. When you are always the one calling, always the one checking, always the one trying, you might not notice when the effort is no longer balanced. It's only when you step back that you see things clearly. So what I learned from that experience is that sometimes you need to give space, not to play games, but to understand where you truly stand in someone's life. When you stop doing everything, he would see if the person is willing to meet you halfway. And if they don't, then you also have your answer. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you've ever experienced something like this, I would really like to hear from you. Have you ever stopped calling or texting first and noticed a difference? Be honest, if you were in my position, would you have called first or stayed quiet? If you enjoy real life relationship stories like this, subscribe because I'll be sharing more.